Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit, your ears are mighty long. Yes, plus cloud, they're part of run. Every little soul must shine, shine. Every little soul must shine, shine.
They were happier times, weren't they, Doc?
You sure were, Charlie. You sure were.
You know, it's hard to believe that he has been gone almost 5 years now. I still think I can see her coming through that door, carrying a coffee and a blueberry fritter for me. She'd wait at the door and then yell in, "Hey, Charlie, here's your lunch." She's a real nice kid. I'm really gonna miss her.
So am I, Charlie. So am I.
Here he comes now.
Thomas.
Robert, good to see you. I heard you were back in town. I also heard you bought the long-term care facility on Fraser Street, but I thought you gave up medicine.
Well, I did for a while, but then I realized I still had some work to complete.
Well, so what can I do for you?
Well, I brought you coffee. I thought you and I could have a little chat. I mean, if you have the time.
For you? Of course I have the time. Tell you what, go on up to my office. I'll be up there in a minute.
Okay. And, Charlie, you be sure and tell Patsy that I'm coming over for dinner next week.
Oh, sure thing, Doc. Take care.
I will.
Thanks for the coffee.
You're quite welcome.
Next time, try to remember a fritter.
Okay.
You idiot. Why the hell did you let him in here?
Well, I thought you'd want to see it.
See, that was your first mistake. You tried to think. Don't. I hired you to keep people out, not to let them in. Now listen closely, because I'm going to give you some free advice. Go apply to work at some fast food burger joint, because I'm sure they're just dying to hire some washed-out old cop to mop their floors. I'm tired of your screw-ups. Clean out your locker. Get the hell out of my building. Idiot.
Mr. Kelly, I put Dr. Carlino in your office. He's such a nice man. Look, he brought a birthday present for my daughter. Oh, I have these for you to sign. I'm sorry, it was just so nice to see Doc again.
You see the clock on the wall? The minute the big hand moves 5 little spaces, I want you to come in and remind me about my appointment.
But you don't have an appointment.
Wendy, I realize this is probably really hard for you to grasp, but try to keep up, okay?
I understand. Well, who shall I say is calling?
Well, for Christ's sake, make something up. So what's in the bag?
My lunch. I usually eat in the park. It's quiet. I like it there. I recognize that frame. Didn't we give that to you and Eva on your first anniversary? And this must be your new wife. She's very pretty. And business is booming?
We're doing all right.
Really?
All this, yeah. Sad fact about this business is you have to look like you don't need somebody's business before they'll give it to you.
Mr. Kelly, would you and Dr. Carlino like a latte?
No, that's okay, Wendy. I already brought coffee. 2 cream, 2 sugar, right?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
This is fine, Wendy.
Well, if you're sure.
Yeah, thanks. Good looking broad? What about 3 sandwiches short of a picnic, if you know what I mean?
Well, you look very successful.
Thank you. I am. And you. You look like hell. My life has chewed you up and spit you out.
Yeah, well, some days I feel like I've got bite marks all over my body. So
other than work, what have you been doing with yourself?
Well, I bought a little place in the country, a hobby farm of sorts.
Farmer Bob?
I suppose.
What happened to Maria? I heard that she passed last year.
Yeah. She committed suicide.
That's too bad. Don't suppose there's any chance it could have been an accident?
Did you ever hear of anybody accidentally slitting both wrists? No. After Eva died, she got really depressed. She turned to the Bible for solace, but of course she found none. And being a Catholic, she felt that, committing suicide would send her to hell. She did it anyway.
Well, personally, I don't believe in...
Yeah, I know you don't. But there was always a reckoning. At some point, we are all accountable for our actions.
Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry to bother you. You wanted me to remind you about that appointment at 117 with Mr. Gunder Stein.
Thank you, Wendy.
Well, I've been imposing on your time. I suppose I should get right to the point.
Please do.
I was there when Dr. Kingsley did the autopsy on Eva.
Mm-hmm. And I still don't understand why you would put yourself through something like that.
For her just to die like that with no apparent cause of death, I had to know. I mean, she was my daughter.
And she was my wife, Robert. Her death was hard on me, too. That's why I reacted as badly as I did. I was in shock, and to them, I looked guilty. That's why those stupid cops charged me with murder. I mean, and the questions they asked, why was her insurance so high? Why didn't I have an alibi? I had just lost my wife, and they treated me like... If you and the pathologist hadn't testified that Eva died of natural causes, I would still be in jail.
Yeah, that would have been a miscarriage of justice.
Thank you, Robert. Your faith in me means a lot.
Oh, come on.
What?
Look, don't deny it. I know you killed her. So quit pretending, okay?
Are you serious? Are you forgetting that you proved I was innocent?
No, I didn't prove you were innocent. I just said you were. There's a difference. After the pathologist left, I went back myself, and I took a look for a cause of death. And you know what? I found it. At the hairline in the back, I found an injection. And I knew she was murdered. And there was only one person who had anything to gain from her murder, and that was you. So stop denying it.
You pathetic old fool. Get the hell out of my office before I throw you out. Okay. I'll play your little game. Assuming you're right, why now?
Why now? Well, because now you have something to lose. Your business, your trophy wife. Your daughter.
So what's the plan, Bob? Produce a second autopsy report? Claim you lied under oath? Exhume a 5-year-old body? Please. What's in the bag, Robert?
I told you. My lunch.
So, what's the plan now?
It started with rabbits.
What? Did you say rabbits?
Yes, rabbits. You see, rabbits have almost the same drug interactions as humans, and they're cheap. But I found in order to get everything right, I had to go bigger. So I started using dogs, stray dogs at first. Oh, I don't know, I used 40, 50 dogs. My man's best friend, you know. But it was very difficult getting everything right. The paralysis, loss of speech, the tremors. But then, I stumbled upon a neurotransmitter, neurotoxin exactly, that when coupled with a choline-based derivative, produced the effect I wanted. It absolutely mimicked a stroke perfectly. It was wonderful. It was odorless, it was undetectable, and best of all, it was tasteless in liquids. Coffee, for example. Ah, I think you're starting to understand. Surprise. Oh, does that hurt? Good. I was worried that it didn't. You want the phone? Ah, you go ahead. You take that phone. Just drink. There we go. God. Wendy! Wendy, would you come in here? Wendy, look, he just had a massive stroke, okay? Listen to me. Call 911. It's important. Now. Now, Wendy. Now you killed my daughter, and you're directly responsible for my wife's death. Now, I told you that she didn't find solace in the Bible, but I did. Deuteronomy 19:21. Maybe I should explain to you what's going to happen. You see, Thomas, after I have you admitted to my clinic, I'm going to come and see you every morning and give you another dose of this wonderful drug. Now, the only unfortunate side effect of the drug is that it causes necrotizing fasciitis, tissue damage. You know, the flesh-eating disease. Do you understand? Just nod your head if you do. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You can't nod your head anymore. You can blink, at least for the next couple of minutes. Go ahead, blink. That's a good boy. You know, the problem is that every week, I'm probably going to have to amputate part of your body, or maybe just carve out that diseased tissue that's there. But I will use an anesthetic. But the problem with that is that the anesthetics don't work in conjunction with that drug. So you see, you're going to feel every incision and saw cut that I perform. Isn't that something to look forward to, huh? Bet it is. You know, I wonder if your lovely wife will continue to visit you after I tell her that you're in a total vegetative state. Yeah, I don't think she will. You think she'll remarry? Me too. What was it you used to say? Women can't live with them, can't kill them. But you did, didn't you, Thomas? What fun we were going to have together, my friend. Just you and I. I know you don't believe in hell, but you will. I give you my word. So you see, Thomas, life goes on until it doesn't. And you're going to have a long life because I'm such a good doctor. A very long life. What do you say? Huh? Shall we begin?
Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit, your eyes are mighty red. Yes, bless God, I'm almost dead. Every little soul must shine, shine. Every little soul must shine, shine.